Millions remember it as the Y2K scare and, of course, the dawn of the new millennium. For us, it was the humble advent of a ministry that would eventually become one of the most important efforts for the work of the local church and the gospel. 2000 was the year that the board of an association of 1,300 churches needed a national spokesman. They approached the elders of Arcade Church in Sacramento, California, asking if Pastor Daniel Henderson could devote a quarter of his time to serving their churches by speaking at all the annual regional pastors' gatherings and national conference. They requested that Daniel provide some leadership and fresh resources to the pastors of these churches across the United States. The elders graciously commissioned him to accept this role for 12 months. As Daniel ministered to hundreds of pastors nationwide, the Lord prompted him to speak about some of the most excruciating days in ministry and the power of supernatural joy and hope to press on in the calling. That year, it became clear to Daniel that as trust in God increases, pain progresses from an open wound to a tender scab to an empowering scar. God redeemed the lessons of Daniel's darkest days to minister to the deep struggles of other pastors. During that same time, pastors around the country heard of the many advancements of the rediscovered New Testament teaching on Scripture-fed, Spirit-led worship-based prayer at the church. Leaders began showing up unannounced at prayer gatherings. Recognizing their hunger, Arcade Church organized an annual conference called Imagine What God Could Do. Hundreds came from across the U.S. each year. As they witnessed the great eagerness in the hearts of church leaders to experience transforming prayer that they had not learned in seminary, they sensed an amazing opportunity to serve churches by helping them become a house of prayer for all nations. Needing a way to facilitate growing pastoral interest, Daniel incorporated a nonprofit called Strategic Renewal International, SRI. It was a big name for a tiny operation, but soon the demand grew and it became clear that the Lord was up to something. Unexpectedly, the Lord called Daniel and Rosemary to a church in trouble in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Having experienced a recent moral failure by the senior leader on the heels of a building campaign, the church faced a $28 million debt and a dramatic crisis of trust. Once again, God used this experience as he stepped in as the next senior pastor to bring Daniel, the church leadership, and the congregation to a place of humble worship and extraordinary prayer, which led to powerful recovery of spiritual health. All the while, God was preparing the Hendersons for the next unexpected chapter of kingdom expansion. During that time, the SRI board brought in a wise consultant who concluded that Daniel either needed to step away from pastoring and go full-time with SR, or vice versa. Finally, in 2007, Daniel and Rosemary sensed the moment.
Honestly, it was a surreal moment. After decades of pastoring and now pastoring this mega church where there's all kinds of security, obviously a lifestyle we're used to, provision in extraordinary ways. Now we're jumping off the cliff and we are trusting God. There's no promise of a salary, no promise of a staff, no more ushers, just really a leap of faith to believe that God was calling us to this. And little did we know the extraordinary fruit the Lord was going to bring as a result of this faith decision.
Looking back over these 25 years, we are overwhelmed by the Lord's goodness. He has brought countless blessings to the ministry of Strategic Renewal through godly board members, devoted staff, and generous supporters. Daniel has been privileged to lead over 100 multi-day prayer summits, coach thousands of pastors, and speak to almost 1 million people in conferences, universities, and churches. More importantly, through the 6-4 Fellowship, a DBA of SRI focused on calling pastors to prayer and word-powered ministry, we are resourcing thousands of pastors in over 90 countries. In 2024, our team personally trained thousands of church planters. Through our 6-3 discipleship efforts, we coach individuals and serve congregations so that the person in the pew can support their church leaders. Our renewal coaching team equips thousands in local churches across the nation each year. Our various resources are being translated and distributed in over a dozen languages across the globe. God has done amazing things, and we are just getting started. We invite you to join us as we prepare to celebrate 25 in 25 and trust the Lord for the next chapter of Christ-honoring, gospel-advancing impact.